So I got to work to see a patient, and I saw the relation of the patient. It was an elderly woman, and then the elderly woman was the patient, and the relation was the son. Guess what the man told me? Just guess. I know you can never guess. He said, "Doctor, if I had seen you yesterday, I would have strangled you."
What? What?
I mean, I was confused. It's like you clean your face and you're like, am I hearing properly? And he repeated it. "Doctor, I'm saying that if I had seen you yesterday, I would have strangled you." And I said, "How could you say such a thing?" And he said, "Yeah, because I was very angry." You are very angry now. Why was this patient angry?
Do you mean the relation?
Why was the relation angry? He was angry because his mother was very sick.
Okay.
His mother had a terminal illness and was most likely going to die. And we had counseled. In fact, before he came, I had seen the patient and her husband.
Okay.
I had counseled them.
Yeah.
I told them about everything, and we are going to admit and just make the woman
terminal care, end of life.
We are not going to disturb mama too much.
Okay, yeah, just make her peaceful.
But this man came in from whether the US or the UK or something.
They're always the one. The diasporan people.
Yeah,
we see
he
you.
Came in from the UK and he's like, "Why would you leave my mom like that?"
As if no, over there something would have been done. In fact, do you know?
They do it more.
They do it more.
Do it more than us. They tell
There's something called quaternary prevention, which is over medicalization is prevented. You don't want to over medicalize something. You obviously know that. It's saying all you want to do is not over medicalize the treatment of that patient. That may even cause more pain, inflict more pain, and all of that.
So he came in and then he said, "Yeah, I'm very angry because you are not doing this, you are not doing that, you are not doing." So my first reaction was, yes, let's even imagine we are not doing what you wanted. Is the first thing you're supposed to greet me with "I would have strangled you"? Do you know what that means? You would have killed somebody. If you had a gun, you would have killed somebody.
Well, over there, gun is nothing.
It's the same thing we are saying. It's the same
gun
thing
is nothing.
So what we are going to be talking about today is
God
violence against medical staff. Some months ago, there was this case of a doctor that was assaulted for several, and they had facial injuries, abdominal injuries, and we see these stories now and again about assaults,
aggression, leading to assaults and all of that.
So why do these things happen? And how can we prevent them? Because that's the purpose of this video, to let people know how to channel their emotions or whatever it is, and how to move forward. So what are the reasons why people become aggressive? Most times it's simply because
communication. Communication is key here. Sometimes in your case, you said you are told.
Yes, so
you are told, but not the guy. He was not there when you communicated.
He was not there when I communicated, but when he came, my doctors communicated with him.
All right.
And that was when he became angry. It was when they told him what we were planning to do for Mama.
Okay.
That I now felt angry because he felt that we needed to do
more.
In fact, he was sending all the investigations to people in the US, in the UK. He was sending everything, and those ones were saying, "Yeah, they are supposed to do this. They are supposed to drain fluid from the lungs. They are supposed to do." And that was what the husband he was fixated on. But that was what the husband of the woman that was actually ill understood what was in agreement with, and he did well. I can say at that point communication, yes. But that's, you can only, we say people are aggressive when they are not well communicated to, but this one, he was communicated to, so that's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
But in this case, communication was not the problem.
Of course. So communication.
When you are doing things for a patient as a medical practitioner, you are just doing everything. You are not saying anything to the patient or the relations, and they are like, what's going on, doctor? And you are like ignoring them. That leads to some kind of resentment, and that might lead to violence. So that's one reason.
Still on that communication. Sometimes we just casualize things. Say, what can I? We say everything is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine, but the end is not fine. They will now want to now try to just oppose, like, but you've been telling me everything is fine. How come this happened? So when there's a switch or we're suspecting things, we should try and carry them along.
We need to
carry them along. So communication, still handling communication.
Yeah. The other thing that happens why people become violent is because their patients are not getting well.
Yeah, you are expecting
this is a particular result you are expecting, but you are not getting it.
Yes, it's normal. Everybody that comes to the hospital has an expectation.
Yeah.
Now, the medical team may have a different expectation, and it still boils down to communication, really. If you trace it down, it's still communication.
Yeah.
They have an expectation. You have an expectation. There has to be a common ground, and that can only be achieved through communication, effective communication. So if you don't meet someone, there's been a time that I was consulting with someone. The person came with one specific symptom. It was at the end. I'd spent like 20 minutes with the patient. Eventually, I got to now know that it was because of infertility that she came.
So she was just fine.
She was just beating around the bush. So just to tell you that if I dismissed her, maybe treated what her complaint, she won't have been happy.
Yeah.
Because what she came for was a different thing. So usually patients, their relations, they have an expectation, and we must try to find a way of communicating well, so that maybe if their expectation is not something that is achievable, we can find a common ground for it.
So another reason why people become violent sometimes is they don't have money to pay for the service.
That one like, happens a lot.
They feel like, why is it all about money?
Yes.
I don't have money.
Health is, you are saving people's life. All you are thinking about is money. As if the people there are going to be spending here.
Now, so what are we supposed to do in this situation? When you are going to the hospital, you know that you need to pay for the services that are being rendered to you. So even if you are going to be appealing to the hospital to render some services, and you are going to pay later, you must be ready to pay some amount, and you should appeal. It shouldn't come from a place of being violent. If you are violent, you are not going to get what you want. It sometimes also happens with politicians, because I remember some scenarios where they will bring a politician who has an health emergency to the hospital, and you see value. In fact, you see them holding cutlass, see them holding different things.
Yeah.
Sometimes the politician is dead.
We do that. Yes. You want to just show face.
So you once they come, you see some doctors, some people will run away. Then meanwhile, the person you have brought is dead.
Already dead.
What they will do is to now pretend as if the person is not dead.
So do ophthalmology.
Yes.
I don't want to call it.
The truth is, when you apply pressure on
necessarily
personnel, it doesn't help.
It doesn't help us. That person is not thinking right. You should give space for the person for people to do their work.
The patient is dead. You are saying, doctor, why don't you do something? Well, the patient is dead. Do you get? So, but if you want the doctor to do that which you're actually saying, then he continues to waste your resources, and is that going to make you happy? Anyway, so what we are saying in summary is that there's no excuse for violence against medical personnel. So what should I have done in that situation? I was told, I would have strangled, blah, blah, blah.
It were to be me. I have low threshold for whether it's perceived threats or whatever. I have low threshold for it. I'm going to refer the patient. Simple and straightforward.
Or you walk away first.
I'll walk away. I'll walk
away. In a way, if there's a threat to life, you're supposed to walk away first and inform.
Yes, I will walk away, inform. Sometimes in this scenario, there's a perceived threat.
Yes.
Perceived threat.
Yes.
Like you don't know. Well, you can never tell what he has. You can never tell. Well, so it's to walk away, inform the necessary security team, inform the management of the organization, and I will not partake in the management of that patient. And again, that's my own.
Well, I think I agree with you, and that should be the general, advice, what you should do if you perceive. Because that is the same. Some of this doctor I talked about now, there would have been some threats that he might have ignored initially. They say, "Doctor, be careful! I will slap you."
He just wave it off.
Waves it off, and he continues his work. And before you know it, they actually start beating him. So, but what I did in this scenario was I told him. I was actually angry. Not like I wasn't shouting at him, but I told him that what he was saying was unacceptable. And he was trying to explain that, doctor, you need to understand what I'm saying. I said, no, that statement is unacceptable and I will not take it.
So please, in this case, it's better to walk away first too, because we don't know all these people from... He might be carrying a gun, one does not know. It's the truth. I think the best thing is to walk away. Walk away.
What I did. No, sometimes you look at the scenario, look at the setting.
Because one can never tell.
I was alone with him and all that, So I was very unhappy, and I had to make him know. Sometimes when you are discussing, as I was saying this, it became more aggressive. Of course, I will not continue to say no, I won't accept that. So I told him, and of course, at the end of the day, I had to apologize, and we continued managing it. And it turned out to be someone that was quite very emotional, and in fact, further down the line, we were trying to give some intervention, and he said, no, please, let's just
I
understand what you said.
God have mercy.
Please,
God have mercy. God I beg. God I beg. God I beg. This work, the emotional, the physical.
So practice of medicine, I always say practice of medicine is
it's
tough.
A law.
It's tough.
It takes it. And so when you say a doctor practicing, please be gentle on us. No. I'm not trying to say not just doctors now. This work actually for friends, family members, people generally, please just be calming down. You don't know the amount of weight we carry, so to say.
There's a lot of weight.
We carry a lot of weight, and I know what I'm saying.
See a patient, I've left the bedside of the patient, but I'm still thinking about it.
Exactly. You're on your bed.
You think the doctor has left. The doctor is still thinking about you.
Yes.
And he's thinking about many other patients.
Exactly. And it's not just one person you are thinking about. It's a lot of weight to carry.
When the outcome is bad, the doctor is affected by that bad outcome.
Yeah.
So when you say, when you just talk anyhow, it's really not.
It's weighty. It's weighty. We should just.
So please, let's avoid assault. Even when we are angry, let's know how to channel our grievances right. And if you are not happy with what the doctor has said, well, if you can't even talk to that doctor, you can report to a senior
person. Go and write the management. Right? Go to the admin. I want to meet the HR or admin. There are ways to channel your grievances and all of that. It shouldn't result to you beating up, slapping, verbally abusing, emotionally abusing health workers.
And you shouldn't also resort to online abuse. Online abuse is when you feel something has not gone your way, then you go on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram and you carry placards and you start saying that hospital is a useless hospital. That information is false because it has not been investigated to see that what you are saying is true, but you are making people to believe that hospital is a bad hospital. Meanwhile, what you should do, you can decide to sue the hospital. That's okay. Or you decide if you don't want to sue, you can talk to the management, such that if it's necessary for them to punish some staff, those staff can be punished. But you don't go online and paint a place bad just based on what nobody's even
or
sure
your
of.
perceived you might have thought that what they did was wrong, but the way you see things on the outside sometimes is not the same way we see things. So yes, channel your grievances. We are not saying don't if you are grieved of something you should just keep quiet. No, that's not what we're saying. But channel it rightly so that at the end of the day we are safe, or we feel safe to care for you.
Right, so you leave your comments in the comment section. Let's interact. Is there something that happened to you in one of these hospitals where you are very aggrieved and you did not know what to do? Or are you an healthcare provider that has been assaulted?
Let's see what happened. We'll put in comments and responses. And don't forget, we're Health Harmonics, and you can always reach out to us for lifestyle consultation, medical second opinion. You can join challenges on our website, and we're going to put the link in the comment section. Till next time, Health Harmonics here. Bye.
Bye.